An amazing evening to everyone on this call. It's so good to have you. It's so good to have you join the call this evening, which is the closing ceremony for the ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge. We are so glad to have each and every one of us join this call this evening. And thank you for keeping to time. And we'll be starting shortly in the next 2 to 3 minutes while we just quickly sort some technical needs for other team members that might want to join on YouTube. And we promise it's going to be a lively session this evening. Then also it's going to be short. This evening session is going to be short because there are still some tasks we are to carry out before the end of today. It's very important for us to carry those tasks out. Once again, we are so glad to have you scale through from day Sustainable Living Challenge. It's so great to have each and everyone participate in this challenge. My name is Emmanuel Olaoluwoyo, and you can call me the SDG Catalyst. I saw some people calling me Mr. SDGs today, but all well and good. It's so good to connect with each and everyone on this call. We are going to be starting exactly 7:10. Thank you so much. Okay, good evening once again. It's good to have each and everyone on this call this evening. Here is a closing ceremony of the ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge. Yeah, I can see a comment from Steven. Can't see anything. Are we game on? Yeah, we are on and we are live this evening. I would just like you hit the comment section and tell us where you are joining from and where you are connecting from. And those who are also joining on YouTube, you can use the comment section on YouTube to share where you're connecting from. It's so good this evening to have each and everyone on this call. And like we started earlier in the month of April, this month, 1st of April, and working on this initiative of the ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge, which is mainly focused on the three dimensions of sustainable development, which includes the economic sustainability, social sustainability, and environmental sustainability. And indeed, this challenge, I believe, has encouraged each and every one of us to adopt sustainable habits all through our daily lives, throughout from day one to day 30. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good to have us. I can see some comments. Bodrick joining from Lagos. It's so good to have you. Jarius, it's so good to have you. Arutaya from Ogumosho, Nigeria. Awesome. Then also Stephen from Lokoja. I hope you are all doing great this evening. And as we are going to be having other participants joining us this evening. We are moving now straight to today's session. Like I said earlier, it's going to be very brief, and it's going to be very brief because each and every one of us will still have some roles to play before the end of today. That's before 12 p.m. Before 12 p.m., we have some roles to play, which we also observe at our end that many people have not done it as been expected. So, but it's still important for us to have this closing ceremony. It's meant to happen today. But before we move on, we would just like to, every one of us are going to share feedbacks, and you are going to share feedbacks. You are going to tell us what are really changed, what are the new mayors, what are the new lifestyles you've adopted. I know part of the objective of this program, of this initiative, is to raise awareness about sustainable living practices. I want to know what kind of practice have you been able to adopt? What kind of awareness have you been able to create? What are the feedbacks from your followers, from your networks, from your mentees, and proteges, and everybody, your household? Has it been able to encourage them to adopt the ECO30 sustainable living lifestyle? Right about now, I think we just make we make it open to each and every one. We have like 13 people on this call. We make it open to each and every one to share their experience, share your experience with us. We want to know how it has been so far. And we also, at the end, after that, we also have a brief video, and we are going to see a brief highlight of the ECO30 challenge. Then we also continue with the feedback session. All right, who is going first? It's very important each and every one of us contribute. Yeah, those of us on this call, I know the time is enough for us we are going to keep it as fast as possible. All right, over to you, Favor Bodrick. You can unmute your mic and speak.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Manuel, for this great opportunity and also initiating this idea to carry out this challenge. It has really been an awesome moment throughout the first day of April till this time. Actually, I will be speaking on the waste. Actually, I normally throw things away if I just get it from the market, from the sellers. But this time around, this challenge actually make me to see the importance of depositing certain waste to the position it's actually going to is supposed to be deposited into. It was something that I don't normally practice, but because of this challenge, I went ahead to do research on why is it important that I should actually take this thing, not from I shouldn't be depositing it or littering it on the roadside. That you actually take it to the waste bin. So it was actually something that was great. And also on that car walking or using the bike or public transportation, most of our people, they feel like it's actually not good to be using mass transit for their movement. But out of this challenge, I actually kind of give some people some reason why they actually need to initiate cycling or using mass transportation for their movement. And it has really affected their life positively. So once again, I will say thank you, Mr. Emmanuel, for this great opportunity.
Awesome. Favor, you spoke about proper waste disposing and management, getting to sort your waste. It's also glad to see that you are adopting the sustainable transportation mode, Okay, can we have Deborah? Deborah, you can unmute your mic and speak.
Hello, good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to share my experience. I will talk on water conservation. Well, I'm used to a lot of water, like water was always available for me and all that. So when I use water, I use it in excess. Even they nickname me 1 hour bit 1 hour bedtime.
Awesome.
Because I had to take a lot of time to, as like, well, because of my job, I had to shift to a new place and a remote area. I got to experience first-hand water scarcity, up to the point I had to go to river to fetch water. I was like, wow, so I've been wasting a lot of water. So when I got this opportunity of 30-day challenge, I didn't just see it as another way to earn a certificate. I saw it as a way to check my SSCs in that aspect, and I'm happy for the opportunity. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for that wonderful feedback. And I know that many of us can relate to this issue of water conservation. If you don't waste water in your kitchen, you are going to waste water in your toilet. And if you don't waste water in your toilet, you will definitely be wasting water while brushing. And even though if you don't do that, you waste water while washing your car. And normally there are some, okay, through this challenge too, I definitely know that many of us knew that we can use rainwater. You can harvest rainwater for some purposes instead of just making it a waste. All right, I would like to call on the next person. Can we have, I think, can we have Stephen? Stephen, you can unmute your mic and speak.
Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Good evening, this evening.
All right, Mr. Emmanuel. Stephen is my name, and I would just like to buttress on the water conservation aspect. I happen to be in Lokoja, and I came from Lagos actually, and I'm on vacation. So this challenge actually met me on vacation. So now in Lokoja, I stay close to the river, and there's water scarcity where I am presently. And now there was a particular day that we had this challenge of conservation of rainwater and all of that. Like when rain falls, we maximize the water from the rain and all of that. I personally, I don't like rainwater. But then where I am presently, anytime it rains, I want to actually take advantage of the rainwater so that at least maybe just for bathing, you understand? Because you actually have to walk a mile before you can get water around here. It's a quarters, but then we only have one source of water supply, which is actually good for maybe any kind of purposes. Any other kind of water that we have around here, they are not good except for maybe washing and then bathing. So this challenge has actually helped me to see reasons why one needs to actually conserve water. I like water a lot. I can even bathe 3 times in a day, and I am not even I'm not fair. Like I'm not fair with water when I'm using water. I'm not kind at all. I can use water to any extent. People know me for that. So I think this challenge has actually helped me in that aspect. And then much more again. Why the challenge was actually on, there's some things that, okay, there are some, what's it called now? Is it the team that we give each challenge like that? When I see them, I'll be like, are these things possible? Are these things not making one feel like you are poor? Like, you understand what I'm trying to say? I
Absolutely,
don't know.
absolutely, yeah.
You know, okay, there's one day that we had to do, is he buy secondhand stuff and the likes. And then I was thinking like, okay, what am I going to post? Am I going to post about all these BK and the likes? Personally, I don't like them. Not like maybe I look down on people that put them on, you understand? But I'm just like, what kind of orientation, what kind of education are we trying to get from this challenge and the likes? But beyond that, I actually understand. And sometimes I'm just trying to picture from a different kind of perspective, opinions that people might actually be having. Like we trying to post this on social media and then advocating for stuff like this, most people be looking at us and be saying that, do you know what you are doing? You understand what I'm trying to say? But it has actually been educating for me. It has actually been informative for me as well. There are so many things that maybe for now, due to my current location, and then I'm still a bachelor, maybe I cannot put some things into practice. Like, okay, maybe we were asked to have some vegetations around and the likes. Those are things that I plan doing in the future. Okay, maybe when I settle down and then I have my own apartment and the likes. But actually, I have the knowledge now. I know what to do. So when I'm settled and then I am able to carry out those things, then I can do it. Carpooling was awesome for me. I never knew I'd been doing that. If you're a Lagosian, you would understand that, in short, and you don't have your own personal car, you make use of public transport. You even trek sometimes, not because there's no money, but then there are no vehicles, sometimes even bikes, and then you have to trek and the like. So I've been practicing that, sincerely. I've been practicing that, and I do them joy road now, and I'm going, and then I pay attention to this carbon emission from vehicles, automobiles, and the likes on the road, and I'm like, these are the things that are contributing to this what's it called now? This carbon footprint and the like. So the challenge has been awesome for me, wonderful, and I appreciate the organizers for doing a very good job.
Thank you very much, Mr. Steven. We are just going to take one more feedback, then we take two, then we see a video, and we come back for more feedback. Yeah, this evening is more fun and people to share their experience, how they've been able to adopt new lifestyles across board. Okay, Mrs. Rutayo, you can unmute your mic and speak. Hello, Mrs. Arutayo, okay. You can unmute your mic and speak.
Yeah. Okay, good evening. This is Mrs. Arutayo from Ugomosho.
Good evening. This evening.
Thank you very much. I feel so excited to be part of this 30 days ECO challenge. I lecture at Ladoke Akitola University of Technology. I intentionally joined the Students Hub so that I'll be able to impact and assist them in fulfilling their dreams and visions in the hub. From this ECO30, I was able to gain a lot, like the get a refillable bottle. In fact, on the World AIDS Day, I was able to post it on all of my social media handle. I was able to educate a lot of my co-lecturers in the school to get, instead of we having pack of bottled water in our offices, maybe when you are going to the class, you just take one, after using it, you discard it. This, we are also, we are not keeping the environment clean by so doing this. So from this challenge, I was able to think like, how, if I'm able to get a refillable bottle, when I have this, the pure water pack in my office and I'm going to the class or I'm going out to anywhere, I will just pour it in the refillable bottle. I'll be able to keep the environment clean and I'll be able to recycle these containers as well. And I must tell you, virtually all my colleagues have been able to get at least one. So every day when they say me, we have been able to get one refillable bottle. My wife is also using it. I have it for my children. I feel so excited able to do it for them. And another thing is the Go Green. Let's go green. In fact, I love it so much. A lot of my colleagues at the Faculty of Agric, they started calling me when they saw it on my page. Like, I will tell you, boy, you are in chemistry. Why are you doing our job? Why are you doing this for us? I said, well, it's because you left it undone. So try and educate people to go green. Instead of them just eating junks, taking this, why not go for something fresh, go for veggies, go for fruits and all this. And with this, if anybody comes to my office, instead of me calling for a drink or snacks for them, I said, please, do you care for apple? Do you care for cucumber? what of watermelon, carrot, and the likes. So with this, I think these two things, superb. I really appreciate the organizers of this program. Thank you very much.
Superb. So keep going green. And I can see someone sharing you from the comment section. That is Esther Babatunde. Yeah, great Ladokites. Okay. And thanks for your support to the SDG of in Ladoke Akintola University. All right. So we just like to take, we are still going to, everybody are going to speak, and we still like to take one more person before we see the video. Okay. Aminatu, can you unmute your mic and speak?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, this evening.
I'm Amina from Abuja. And the reason why I joined the 30 days, ECO30 days sustainable living is because when I took the advocate program, I did a course, how to achieve the SDGs. So when I finished the course, there's a survey that you do after the course. So I saw a link where that you can actually write an article for the SDG Academy. So I submitted an interest. I was going to write an article about individual action on how to achieve the SDGs. And I got a feedback from them, and it was really nice. And what made me really excited about it is because, okay, when I got the feedback, I started working on it, and then this one came out. So I was like, okay, I'm writing about individual action. And this ECO30 sustainable living is about individual action. We're all doing all these small things which add up to the achievement of the sustainable development goals at the end of the day. And I can tell you for the last 30 days, I have been trying to actually, I even tell my colleagues at work, whenever I start talking, they'll be like, oh, sustainable living. Just because of me, some of them have actually adopted. And my workplace, whenever we have a program, one of the things they always provide is all these refillable water bottles. They always give us customized ones for each staff. So I have like plenty from my workplace. So I am used to using refillable bottles and some reusable bags. And I can tell it's very exciting. Like even my sister now, she doesn't buy bottled water in her house because I had to explain all this and so, and she was really excited about it. And she now use refillable bottles for her and her kids. And it's really, really nice to know that like the little effort you make, you might think it's very little, but you don't know how that thing is, how much impact it has on the planet. So I try to encourage everyone around me to always do things that is not harmful to the environment or planet.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, Amina. Thank you for that wonderful feedback. And so good to hear that it has also impacted others, not just you. Can we have Clifford? Clifford, can you kindly unmute your mic and share your feedback?
Oh, good evening. I wasn't expecting this. I thought we were having a video before this, but okay.
Yes,
it's also
yes.
nice to to speak. Yeah. Before I say anything, I want to say that when I got on this challenge, I was like, 30 days. Wow, that's a long something. So at the end of the day, which was today, there was a huge relief. Like I'm happy I did something. Like staying consistent for 30 days to do a task or particular challenges, trying to post on LinkedIn, trying to fill everything. So on that part, I felt happy that I could do it for 30 days without missing a particular day. Then on the impact of being a part of this challenge, it has really influenced me positively. Yeah, because some of the tasks or some of the challenges have been a lifestyle, but during the challenge, it made me to understand that I have to be more intentional about some of the things that I'm aware. Then the ones that I don't know, I now added to knowledge. Then on the aspect of waste, it used to occur to me that I should not just dispose waste anyhow. But during the challenge, it has made it so difficult that if I finish something or have a waste in my hand, plastic, if I don't find a dustbin to put it, I can be with that waste for the next 30 minutes or 15 minutes till I find a dustbin to put that waste. That has happened to me personally. Then on the aspect of using organic products and reuse of water and reuse of other items, I've been doing that for a while. And it has also influenced me that if I see my friend want to dump waste anyhow, I'll be like, guy, find way, put that in for dustbin. I've actually been doing that for this period. So I'm happy I was part of this, and it has really been impactful. Thank you for the opportunity.
All right, thank you so much for that wonderful feedback. And we are so glad that this has really impacted each and every one, and thus encouraging us to make changes in our daily lifestyle, and which is contributing to a sustainable future for us, whereby we are also keeping the natural resources, conserving the natural resources, and also helping the next generation to meet their own needs. So, like I mentioned, we are going to be having an highlights video of the 30-day series from day 1 to day 30. Yeah, what's really happened, what were those challenges, and we just watch that video. Then we come back to have the other information session. All right. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you for seeing that video, and it's just an highlight, and let me say a flashback for each and every one of us to know what exactly we've been able to skate through and also adopt across the 30 days challenge. We wish we could also show part of the video content that we are going to be showing in the course of the week, things that people were able to do each and every day. And so awesome that we had someone that his own content were video content, and we also like to promote this and share it on the community. So at this point, I know that many of us have a lot of things to say. And like I mentioned, it's still very important for us to keep this meeting this ceremony. It's going to be short because there are some activities which we have to carry out this evening before 12 p.m., most especially for those who have not been able to successfully carry their tracking and evaluation process out. And we won't like to leave anyone behind. We won't like to leave anyone behind. So I would just like to call on, we still have two hands up. Samson, you can unmute your mic and speak. Samson, can you unmute your mic and speak? Hello, Samson, if you are there, or Oluwafemi Abioye, you can unmute your mic and speak.
Hello, good evening. This
Hello?
is
Okay,
Oluwafemi.
Oluwafemi, can you hold on? Let's have Mr. Samson first.
Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Mr. Samson.
Yes, I am Samson Afolabi, speaking from Edo State. I have to thank the organizers a lot because it has been a refreshing time, a refreshing of, even though it seems as if it's what we have been hearing, but I'm particularly challenged that these are the issues that really matters. What do I mean by this? These are some of the things in most cases we expect the government to do. Everybody complain of a power shortage, not even knowing that indirectly on our own. Trying to use washing machine or trying to use heaters to dry our clothes is a way of also using the energy which the sunlight energy can do, using the natural light and all those emphasis. So what I'm trying to say is that it's so wonderful that these are some of the, we complain about transportation sometimes. Meanwhile, government sometimes provide public transportation that can help in mass transit, which we seem is just for the less privileged people. So the lessons are very, very wonderful. And I have to mention a particular striking one, which I noticed too, the compost making. Fortunately, I'm an agriculturist and I do a lot of work on climate change. I have a farm. You know, all emphasis is on fertilizer, and the thing is becoming costly. So that even with the Ukraine-Russia war, getting fertilizer becomes a very good thing. But this issue of compost that is like I've learned it in secondary school, in the university, they taught us, we didn't think is something reasonable. Through this, even though on my farm, I used to gather heaps of rubbish and used to plant, I carry animal manure. But this eco challenge renewed me on the fact that, yes, compost is something that can make a lot of meaning. The second one is this conservation of rainwater. I live in a part of Edo State where they really dig well because the water level is very, very deep. And the rainfall is very heavy. I walk around, where I'm talking now is between Ekpoma and Agbo, a particular place called Ebele. Really, do they make boreholes and get water because the water level is far deep? But what am I saying? They depend majorly on harvesting rainwater throughout the year. And I put a photograph of that on my listing, and they have a deep subsurface well. They will dig deep into the ground, more than 10 feet, do the concrete wall up, fill with water. And that is what everybody uses in different houses through the year until when the peak of the dry season comes, the whole thing dries, they begin to look for water around. Until recently, and that is in the last 4 or 5 years, it's difficult to see anywhere with borehole or even deep well, even though deep wells are coming up. So this lesson of talking of conserving rainwater is more meaningful to me because where I'm living now, they have been doing it for years, but nobody noticed anything that really matters. So it's very interesting, apart from several other lessons that I learned. Again, I have to thank the organizer. The organizers are doing what everybody will think government should do. But I think if we practice all these things all along, the burden will reduce on the government, we have a sustainable, eco-friendly environment, and things will get better. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you very much, Mr. Samson, for that wonderful feedback. All right, we just like to quickly wrap up with the remaining 3 hands up. That Mr. Femi, Mr. Gayos, and Oyechi. Please kindly make it very brief, and as we are about to quickly move to the next session. All right, Mr. Oluwafemi, you can unmute your mic and speak.
All right, good evening, everyone.
And it's a privilege to be on this call this evening. Thanks to the organizer of this wonderful challenge. It's been a month of impact and relevance. I will just speak it from where Mr. Sampson
Where are
stopped.
you joining from, sir?
I'm joining from Ekiti State. I'm actually joining from Ekiti State, Nigeria. So picking it from where Mr. Sampson stopped, where I live, in the community where I live, it's a norm that we gather rainwater. But beyond norms, we don't see the much relevance. So it's through this challenge that I begin to rethink that this is so much important beyond just gathering as an habit. It's a way of really saving our energy. Now, another thing I want to talk about is getting secondhand products. Now, I personally, I don't like getting anything called secondhand because I do feel that there must have been a problem with that material before you decide to dispose it. But through the challenge, I had new orientation, a new mindset. And during the course of the challenge, I was privileged to get a second-hand motorbike. Now, when I got that motorbike, I had a little accident and sustained injury. Now, it fell within the period where we talked about using organic products. So I used an organic product to cure my wound, which is original honey, just honey extracted directly. And this actually worked. It minimizes other form of expenses, other form of things that I could have spent money on. So there are some things that we can actually imbibe that save us a lot of stress, a lot of energy, a lot of um, costs. So this program has really, really enlightened me the more. Now, switching off the bulb in the morning, I'm the kind of person that loves cool environment. Just close the whole curtain, switch on the lights always. But now I had a new understanding. So this is so interesting. So thank you so much once again for this wonderful challenge. Thank you.
Glad for that impact. All right, over to you, Gaius. Please kindly make it very brief. Can you make it very brief, Gaius? You can unmute your mic and speak.
Okay, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to thank you for this opportunity to share my experience on the ECO 30 Days Living Challenge. Actually, I'm calling from, I'm from Jigawa, though I'm there for work. And I just want to share 3 experience that I've gained actually in this living challenge, most especially plant a garden. Actually, I work in a state polytechnic there, so I take it as a mandate to my students that if you miss a class or you come late, you must actually water the garden around because some of them have already started dying. So within these days, I want to tell you, sir, some of the plants are actually, the plantation are actually reviving now. And I have 2 lecturers that picked from my initiative, and they are working on that. So the students are actually coping with it, and it's a really great one. And apart from that, I had a project, I think, a few months back with our children, and it's involved about 300 pupils and 100 about, I think, 120 or thereabout now actually having garden, and I did garden myself. And I want to tell you, even yesterday, I caught vegetables from my own garden, and I make so out of it. So actually, it's a great privilege to partake in this program. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Great. We are glad that it's of great impact to you. All right, we'll have the last person. Thank you. You can unmute your mic, Koichi.
Okay. Yeah. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Mr. Onyechi.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm so grateful for this program. talking from Anambra State. Before the resumption of this challenge, I used to, in fact, I knew about solar energy, and it doesn't make sense to me all this while. But during the course of this challenge, I discovered that I'm even wasting more by the use of electricity, and I'm not conserving energy. So I have to switch to solar energy. So right now in my house, when you come around, you see that I'm making use of solar energy in order to save cost and conserve energy. Also, I used to leave my rooms bulb on, even my office on when they are not in use, and I didn't know that I'm even wasting resources. I mean, I spend more, and but this challenge has to open my mind, my eyes, that I discovered I spend more. So I have to start the practice of switching off my lights whenever they are not in use in order to conserve energy and save cost. So I'm really grateful to this organizers of
Yeah,
the program.
thank you so much, Mr. Onyechi. And regarding the solar energy, we are so proud that you were able to implement that. And I'm going to say this because many of us always think that, it's not like we always think. True, solar energy might be expensive, but the long time expenditure which you are going to incur on the regular energy which you use is almost times 10 of what you are going to incur when you calculate for solar energy. And another concept you can adopt is you can strategize having a shared renewable energy system. What do I mean? Maybe with your neighbors, it might not be just you alone. Your solar panel, you can, not just you alone, whereby you can both share the cost of setting it up. That's if you can afford it alone. And we are so glad that this has been of great impact to each and every one. And it's very important. Each and everything we've said here this evening are definitely, these are transformative steps to achieving a sustainable future for all. Yeah, and this evening, another part which we are also concerned about is the evaluation, the tracking and evaluation form. We observed that there are still some people that did not complete their tracking and evaluation form. Please, it's very important you complete this as it's what's due for your certification process. Normally this evening, we're supposed to call the names of the ECO30, the Eco Sustainability Champions out, but we won't be doing that this evening. And definitely, like I said, we are just, they always say many are called, but few are chosen. That's what's happening here. And definitely, this project is not a one-time project. And this year alone, we are still going to execute it like 3 different months, aside this month of April. And let me just say this now, that the next project for the ECO30 challenge is going to be in July. And hopefully, it's going to be in July, not likely to be in June, but it's going to be in July as planned, as scheduled by the program managers. And another thing which we are also making open to each and every one is, if you would like to be part of the next project team for ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge, please feel free to contact us. In so doing, we are also going to share a form with you to make your input your interest, should in case you are willing to be part of the team that are going to be working on this challenge. And please, we also want to admonish each and every one of us, it must not stop here. It must not stop here. It's something we have to keep practicing each and every day. And we are so happy that we've been able to make a great impact, most especially because the key target of this program is the very first one is to reduce our environmental impact. And from what we've said today, it has really contributed to achieving these targets. And the second one is conserving resources, natural resources. Like I always say this, we have a growing population on Earth, and the projection from 2050, it's close to it's even alarming. So how are we going to conserve these natural resources for the future generation to be able to meet theirs? They always say that the earth is not ours. It's not ours. It's for the future generation. And the third one is promoting a clean and healthy environment. The very first speaker said that he has imbibed the culture of not disposing waste anyhow. And if you are the type of person, maybe you took a water, or maybe I definitely know that many of us now we are totally away from the aspect of single-use plastic. Yeah, we are not doing that again. Maybe you took a pure water and it's improper for you to dispose it. So these are things you can keep. I was saying it, I told someone earlier last week, I said I have one woman that I want to call that have like 2,000 sachets of pure water that I want to give her. I'm going to give her for free, but I want to see the product she's going to make from it. And her name is Planetary. You can check Planetary Her. You can check her out on Instagram or on Google. She uses pure water nylon for various textile fabrics, different clothes, bags, shoes, and the likes. So, and the third one, the last one, is to build a sustainable future, which we are always doing. Yeah, Adejokela Asisi, thank you very much. So that's the fourth one, and we are so glad that each and every one of us has been able to adopt this lifestyle. And please, it's very important. Don't let it stop. Don't let it stop. Even the resources that has been shared with you, you can keep sharing it over and over and over again. You can start from tomorrow again. You can share from day one and keep sharing on your social media pages. They know that this is what you stand for and this is what you keep doing over and over again. And also, I would just like to say this, that regarding the next project, if you want to be part of it, maybe you really want to be part of it, not as a team, as one of the participants of the program, yeah, you are free to be part of it. You know, the more you do this, the more it becomes part of your system. And we're also looking forward to each and every one of us on the community to push this application call. Hopefully the application call will be out before the end of the week, but we need to clear the certification process for this phase. It's very important. And that will lead me back to the discussion on the tracking and evaluation form. Please, if you've not done that, if you've not completed that, you have to do that before 12 midnight tonight, before midnight. And by midnight, you won't be able to have access to that form again. And it's those who we are able to confirm, it's those names the evaluators are going to certify as the eco sustainability champions. And I know having this certification is not just being having a certificate like we Nigerians always have as a mentality. This is going to contribute not just to professional endeavor, it's going to be a blessing to our household, it's going to be a blessing to the future generation to come. And like I said, keep on sharing the gospel. Keep on sharing the gospel of sustainable living. Like, part of these are little things we do, but people need to know about it. People need to hear about it. The more you do it, the more you say it, the more you share it, and you see a lot of people that we get to follow you, to get to engage you on that. And lastly, there is an evaluation form, and the evaluation form is just for you to share a feedback, just like we did tonight. It's about the technicality, it's about the organization. We just want an honest feedback on a general term as regards the ECO30 challenge. It's very important. We would love to have the evaluation. And we're also going to be requesting you attach your portrait picture to this evaluation form, and kindly rename the picture before you upload it. So in so doing, these are things that we are also going to be adding to your profile, and definitely at our own back end, we know that these are the eco sustainability champions that has been able to participate in the program. But please, don't forget, it's very important you fill the tracking and evaluation form. You complete it tonight if you've not been able to complete it. All right, I don't know if, let me check the comment section if there are questions or there are comments from the participants, or if you have a question or you still have a comment, you have something to say, please feel free to raise your hand. We still have like 4 minutes before we end to this ceremony. Yeah, this is just a closing ceremony, but the community remains for life. The community remains for life, and we want to appeal to everyone. Let's endeavor to use it responsibly. And yeah, there are a lot of information we keep sharing with the team, with the community over and over. The community manager is going to take over and they will keep sharing this information with us. Thank you so much. I don't know if there are questions or there are comments people might want to ask, or if you still want to say something as regards the ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge. I think Mr. Onyeki already said something. You can lower your hand before we end the call today. Okay, Mohammed Abubakar, you can unmute your mic and speak.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Everything.
Yeah.
I'm very glad to have participated through the program. Though I think it's like I posted like 20 out of the 30. How does that affect the certification?
You posted 20 out of the 30 days, 30, right?
Yes, I think so. Because of commitment, I am currently writing exams, so the circumstance won't be that favorable for me.
So
you might forget some things.
You posted 20 out of the 30, okay. Someone also said, okay, let me just respond. If you posted 20 out of the 30, it's still very important to go and track the days you didn't post. Most it's not on the ECO30 Sustainable LinkedIn community now. It's not on the ECO LinkedIn community, but on your own platform. We need to be very accountable and just with each and everything we do. Yeah, okay. It's very important to do that. So because it's not for you now, it's for the benefit of those who are within your network and those who are going to see it tomorrow. So don't think that maybe it has already passed. And like I said something that you can even start posting from tomorrow again. You can start posting for tomorrow again. Tomorrow is the 1st of May. You can post to the 30th of May. So I think I've been able to answer your question. I quickly want to check something on. All right, the challenge. Okay, the challenges are awesome. We love to do it continuously again. Thank you very much. Wonderful. My concern is regarding the first 3 days challenge. I wasn't enrolled and I didn't have email to the challenge, so I don't know how to report. Thank you. Okay, please still check the resources, check the resource link. You are going to see the content for day 1 to day 3 for those who really want to post again. And okay, I went to attend. All right, it's just a comment from Mr. Oluwafemi. And if there are other areas of concern, I will appreciate we also get to engage with each other on the WhatsApp community. It's been a wonderful moment, and I want to especially appreciate the project team of this ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge. And I'm going to mention, let me just mention their name. I'll start with Esther. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you for being so committed, and thank you for all your contribution. And I also mentioned Jane. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Jesunifemi. And thank you, Sunto. Thank you, each and everyone. Thank you, Shokwe. And thank you, Mr. Femi. And we really appreciate each and every team member that contributed to the success of this ECO30 Sustainable Living Challenge. It's so good to have you all. We look forward to your testimonies and your great impact across the board. Have a wonderful evening.
Have a wonderful evening.
Bye, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Bye bye. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Love you all.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Night, everyone.